from the pod, where me and my brother discuss everything horror. We give you the good, the bad, and the gory. And today's episode, we are actually going to be covering Tales from the Crypt, Carrion of Death. Actually, no, it's just Carrion Death, actually.
Carrion Death.
You do that so well. I get so jealous when you do it because it's such an awesome...
Well, I've been working on it since I was a kid because I was the Crypt keeper when I was in junior high one time. I had a really good mask.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, that was awesome, dude. That was really awesome. So today's episode, we're doing Carrion Death. And I want to do it real quick, Derrick. What's in a name? I want to go into what's in a name with this one. If I were to tell you, hey, we're doing Carrion Death, and you didn't have no information, no movie poster, no preview, no nothing, no commercials, what would you think it is? Because when you told me Carrion Death, I was like, oh, okay, well, I think this is about a guy with a carry-on going onto an airplane. Oh. There's like a monster in there, and the monster is like escaping, and
that's way better than what I got.
All the passengers, and is going back to its carry-on. You know, that's what I thought it was.
I thought I would say it was about a story about the Grim Reaper, and every time he felt bad about what he was doing, someone would just come out and go, "Carry on." That's
great. No, I love that. I love that. So give us a little bit of information about this episode, Derrick.
So this episode, let's see here. We got, well, first of all, should we talk about Tales from the Crypt in general? Just kind of a brief, like it ran from 89 to 96. We got 7 seasons of it, 7 seasons. And it was based on some 1950s comic books, EC Comics, which I'm not terribly familiar with. We could look into that later and maybe cover it on another podcast at some point. But a lot of the episodes were based on those comics.
I love when things are based on comics. Yeah.
So I'll give you a brief synopsis of this. An escaped convict tries to avoid both a cop and a vulture who are chasing him across a scorched desert.
That's basically it. So how this was shot was just a guy with a camera in the middle of the desert shooting this episode. So it was, there was like no like sound stages or anything except for in the beginning, right?
And it was, in the beginning, I would say. Yeah, it was aired in July 15th, 1991. That's when this one aired.
Who do we got in here? Who's in here?
Okay, so it was directed by Stephen E. DeSouza. I think I'm saying that right. Helped written with Stephen Dodd helped write this one, but I don't know much about him. But the Stephen E. DeSouza helped with Die Hard and Knight Rider.
That's like too random. Die Hard and little, what was it? Like Punky Brewster.
So we got Kyle MacLachlan, who plays the bad guy Diggs, and then George Dale Horo. I think Kyle MacLachlan carries more clout here. He was in Twin Peaks,
yes,
Dune, and Blue Velvet.
And now, so when I was watching this for the first time, and I was like, this guy looks so familiar. Who he is? I'm like, I probably don't know him. I probably don't recognize him. And then me and you were talking, and you're like, oh, it's the guy from Twin Peaks. And I was like, oh, of course, that's the guy from Twin Peaks. It totally makes sense now. I get it. Yeah, I know he was really good in that really weird and creepy kind of time.
And we're either going to call him Twin Peaks or Diggs.
Okay.
Or bad guy. Or
Twin Peaks. Yeah, I'm just going to call him Twin Peaks.
And the other guy we're just going to call Cop. And just a little back note with him. He was he did voice work in Rango. And he had his hands in Galactica, so whatever that's worth.
Good for him. Good for him. So what I love about your passion behind Tales from the Crypt, Derrick, is that you're a big fan of the Crypt Keeper.
Well, I love the Crypt
Keeper. Yeah, you were him in junior high. You bought the mask. Like, you actually spent money on the mask.
I'm wearing a shirt right now.
I'm wearing the shirt right now.
Yeah.
Tell us about the Crypt Keeper, man. Do you know anything about him?
So it's John Kassir. That's how you say it, John Kassir. And he basically was like a class clown when he was a kid. And his mom bought him some props. And he would entertain shoppers at like a local shopping plaza where he's from Baltimore, Maryland. He's like in his 60s now.
Dang. So his mom actually bought him props
Yeah,
To see and to be a clown, basically.
exactly.
And like our mom, like we had to beg for a Reese's peanut butter cup at the AM/PM.
Or it was one item at the store.
Or is it,
You better be grateful if I get it for you.
You ain't getting nothing. Don't ask me for nothing. I remember that. She said that a lot. And this guy's getting props to go entertain at a local store. That's awesome.
And then he's also known as a stand-up comic, and he got put in the spotlight in 1985 is when he was discovered pretty much. He beats the well-known comedian Sinbad
In Star
Search.
Yeah.
In 1985.
So
That's
Star Search, Star Search had Sinbad on there as like the final boss in the stand-up comedy. So like if you went all the way through, you would finally get to face Sinbad. So that's how that works.
Nice. And I've seen a couple interviews with him where people just seen him like at creepy cons and like horror conventions. He seems like a chill guy. But you know what? I feel stupid because when I was looking up these interviews,
I was expecting him to talk like this.
but he was just like, yeah, so anyways, I'm a normal human being who talks normal. And I was like, oh, it's a character.
Does he talk in puns in real life too? Does he?
No, he's actually seems really chill. Like he just smokes weed and like he's like he had like a tie-dye shirt on and shit. He's really chill. But he'll do like he'll do stuff when he's signing stuff for you. Seems like a cool guy.
Yeah, that's great, dude. I love that. I love that. Okay.
So we open up with the classic gate with the dragon on it. It opens up and we're in this yard and the camera just pans up to this house, which I know for sure it's like a model. It's like a model house, but this house is creepy as hell. Then the camera shot, you go through the yard and then you go through the front door and there's this weird, creepy like dining room with the big old table, a bunch of candles are lit. And so it's just like old haunted house. Picture like the old Disney haunted house.
The twisted staircase.
Yeah, you go look around some rooms. The camera's cool. Like you're doing it's like first person view, and then you go down the twisted staircase, which has all those big columns with like demons with their eyes lit up and stuff. And meanwhile,
gargoyles, yeah.
What are we hearing? We're hearing who?
The famous theme song from Tales from the Crypt is done by not only
Danny Elfman.
Danny Elfman. And if you ever watched anything in your life, then you've heard Danny Elfman.
Yeah, and if you don't know who Danny Elfman is, then please turn this off and go watch a fucking movie for the love of God.
Or any TV show or anything ever. And I'm more than likely Danny Elfman has had a hand in it. So
my computer crashed when I looked up his body work. It just went to throw that or restart my shit and everything. Yeah, and I love it's one of my favorite pieces of music from horror. The dun, 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 dun. Then after you go down the staircase, you go into the crypt. It looks around. There's like a bunch of weird beakers with chemicals in them and skulls and candles with wax.
Very 90s horror haunted house.
And then it gets
dry ice.
Yeah, pretty much. Neon green lighting and stuff, like glowing lights. And then we get to the coffin and it opens up and it's just
Tales from the Crypt.
and then the slime comes down. That's pretty good, right?
I love the opening. I love yeah, you do
every
that
time it works.
You do that perfect. I get jealous every time you do that voice. I'm like, dang, that's a really good voice.
And then we open up with because the Crypt Keeper would always come out and introduce the episode.
Right, and that's my favorite part of the episode is the Crypt Keeper.
Even if the episode sucks, which sometimes it did, he would save it at the end with his little puns. Yeah, he would always end up saving it, and he got you jazzed up for like whatever you're about to watch.
Right.
So in this one, since there's a cop and a bad guy, the Crypt Keeper shows up looking like Chips, dude.
He's like he rides in on a motorcycle. The Crypt Keeper, if you can imagine that, and then he walks and then gets up to the desk,
sits in his little throne.
He has the sunglasses and the helmet and the whole shebang. It's great. I love it.
And I'm sure he cracks some jokes. I didn't write them down, but then he goes, "I call this little story," and he opens up that big book. Remember that big book?
Yeah.
And it's cool because every episode it looks like a comic book like cover.
Right.
And he's, "I call this one Carrion Death."
I just like how he always opens it like at the story he needs to open it at. It's like he never's like, oh, hold on, I need to find, wait, this isn't it.
That's right, because that thing is like 4 phone books. It is really thick, and he all the time.
He just opens it at the right story. He's like, oh, it must be magic, I think.
So we open up. It looks like a Calico ghost town. For those of you that aren't from California,
it is the word. Okay, so it's supposed to take place in modern day, but it looks like an old time saloon.
Like when you go to Knott's Berry Farm and they're trying to purposely make it look like an old Western
Yeah,
place.
I mean,
it looks like that.
The bank sign, there's people wearing cowboy hats, and right next to the bank is a hardware store where you can get your twine. So
and we just hear a gunshot, and we see our I guess he's the protagonist, right?
right, yeah, Twin Peaks comes out, and you hear a gunshot, and all you opening line to this show is "Move it, bitch."
That's the first line you hear.
You hear a gunshot, "Move it, bitch." And I just started laughing when I
He shoots
first heard
someone
that.
down in cold blood, jumps into a car, and he just drives off. And the radio's talking about how this guy's armed and dangerous, and he's an escaped convict. And so he's listening to it. And he's proud of his work. Like the guy on the radio's like, "Yeah, this guy's armed, dangerous. He's on the run." He goes, "He's this, he's that." And he goes, "And he's also very rich." That's what our convoy says. So he's proud of himself.
And
He's proud of his work.
I love how this just jumps into it. Yeah, we waste no time. We find out he's an escaped convict who, killed a doctor and a cop on his way out. And then right as soon as you get the exposition, boom, followed by our main other main character, the cop.
The cop.
Yeah, and he's right behind him. He's like, shit. And what I love about this is because I don't know if this is like. But he drives up to the side. The cop drives up to the side of him and then pulls the gun and then shoots him
Right into the window. Just right into the window.
Like pull over, no sirens. Did you notice that? No.
He did have the sirens going.
Yeah, he did?
Yeah, he had the sirens going.
Oh, man. Like, he just pulled up to the side and just started shooting. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, just opens fire right into his window.
What
right into
was
the
it
window.
him?
It's
Like a family of five that just happened to drive the same car.
They were in a hurry too. Or they just happened to be there, right?
And he pulls up to the and just starts opening fire like, I didn't know we were in communist Russia. Okay, here we go.
So, and then they do some maneuvers where now they're facing each other somehow on this dirt road, and then they decide to play chicken.
They play chicken while shooting at each other. They both have guns, and they start shooting at each other while driving toward each
They're
other.
hanging their arm out the window with their gun and just shooting at each other. And I think I actually looked it up. That is common practice for police officers. They go, well, in this situation, you will then play chicken with the suspect.
It's part of the training manual. You're like, what's this chicken part here?
Because they're driving towards each other, and then all of a sudden the cop just like jumps off his bike, but kind of like pushes it forward like towards the car, and like jumps down into like a little ditch or a ravine or whatever. Right. And then the bike is going by itself for like 60 feet at least. And then what happens?
So then Twin Peaks swerves the car, and he's like, oh no, the motorcycle's still coming at me with nobody on it. And so he jumps out of the car, and the motorcycle hits the passenger side door, and then there's an explosion. Why is there an explosion?
Because they put the gas tank in the passenger side.
Yeah, I guess so.
I looked it up.
Apparently, because I mean, guy was in a 1988 Cadillac. The thing is a tank, first of all. Okay, yeah, you can take over a small country with an '88 Cadillac. There's no way that thing is gonna be blowing up.
It's rolling into Niger, like, yeah,
I've always got an '88 Cadillac. Nothing we can do.
I don't think that would have happened, but okay. So, and it's a big explosion too, because then the camera pans out.
Yeah, and then he pans out,
and then we get to see the vulture. This vulture is watching all this from afar, and he goes, "Meow," and he just jumps off the mountain and heads towards the mayhem.
Yep, and there we go, and that's the end of that first scene. So Twin Peaks. Actually, you see him, and he's picking up the money from the explosion and the wreckage.
Some of them
I don't know what it was, but like it looks like a controlled fire, and even on set, they couldn't destroy that '88 Cadillac. They had to have fire underneath, and it was like it wasn't even touching it. So he's like picking up all the money, looking at the wreckage, and then he sees the cop in a ravine in the distance, and he doesn't go and check to see if the cop's dead,
Or double tap him.
double tap him, or go to check to see if they need keys or walkie or anything like that, or even a fucking Tylenol. Nothing. He just like 10-4 asshole, and he flips him off.
Yeah.
That's like all this fucking guy.
10-4 asshole.
10-4 asshole, and then flips him off. I'm like, dude, you are the worst criminal ever. You know that? Jesus, man.
And that's where we see the money bags, which when we were covering this, you called me, and that was the first thing you mentioned was these money bags.
fucking dollar sign on the fucking bag of money from the bank he stole.
So picture a sack, ladies and gentlemen, with just one single dollar sign on it. The dollar sign symbol on it. And I'm like, where did you rob the place where they make the Monopoly money? Or maybe perhaps you were doing a bank heist with Yosemite Sam.
Yeah.
And you double-crossed him.
Exactly.
At the Looney Tunes bank.
That's exactly what I thought. I'm like, did he just rob a cartoon bank in a Looney Tunes episode? I'm like, why does he have a dollar sign? And I'm like, who has those bags? Does the bank have those bags just standard? They're like, oh, you're robbing the bank? Hold on. Let me get the bags with the dollar sign.
Dollar signs on it.
He's like, oh, yes, thank you. Please.
That way you don't mix it up with your groceries.
Yeah. You don't mix it up with any other kind of bag.
Because in other movies, they're like thick canvas bags.
They're
like
like,
a leather top on, like a leather seam on top.
Or duffel bags. You know, like
black duffel.
They have to bring their own bags, like, you know, to get.
They usually do, yeah.
And not this bank. They're like, oh no, we have money bag standard for those who rob us.
So when you're going to make a withdrawal at the bank, they're like, do you want an envelope? You're like, no, I'll take one of the
take one of the money bags with the dollar sign on it, so everyone knows.
So someone hits me over the head as I'm leaving your establishment. Yeah.
Yeah, that was classic.
So then he, at that point, you see he doesn't double tap the cop, and then he pulls a map out of the glove box. Right, he pulls out a map.
He has a plan,
and hey, the guy has a plan though, right? And he looks at the map, and he's like, and he looks towards Mexico, and he's like, that's where I'm gonna go.
This guy is the worst criminal ever, and of course. The cop's not dead. Why would he be? He jumped off a motorcycle. Like, what would, why would he be dead? He has a helmet. He has leather jackets. He has like 14-foot leather boots. Like, there's no way that guy's going to die from jumping off the motorcycle. Of course he's not dead.
And then as he's looking at the map, the vulture lands there and just like and just kind of harassing him. And it's watching him. And he sees the vulture there and he's like, hey. He looks at the vulture and says, this buffet's been canceled, but there's lunch over the hill, pointing towards the dead. What he thinks is the dead cop.
Which is the dead cop, yeah.
Which the cop isn't, you fucking idiot. What, this guy's a dumb.
Why would you think he's dead?
Yeah.
Why?
You didn't even go bother to check?
Yeah. Jeez.
They throw a rock at him from the top or something, see if he moves. Like something. Yeah. So this buffet's been canceled.
Yeah. Oh my God. This is the worst fucking criminal ever.
And you could tell right off the bat, this vulture has a hard on for him.
Oh, this vulture. Yeah. He's like, dude, I'm going to get you. I'm going to fucking get you. Yep.
Maybe because he's stupid. So then we see the cop come to, or, get out of the ravine. And he looks around, he's looking at the wreckage, and he goes, well, talking to the vulture, goes, looks like our friend took off on foot. And I was like, hold on. What the fuck else is he going to take off on? A skateboard? Perhaps a hot air balloon?
He's rolling on a skateboard in the middle of it. So thank God this 1988 Cadillac from the doctor had a skateboard in the back seat.
A Segway? All powered up and ready to go? Like, what else is he going to fucking take off on? And then he looks at the vulture. He's like, I saw him first.
Oh, no. And, okay, so the cop actually goes after Diggs or Twin Peaks, and now Twin Peaks and the cop are walking in the middle of the desert, and they cut to them, and Twin Peaks is wearing a long denim shirt with a denim prison jacket with denim pants.
And the cop is wearing leather. Doesn't take his helmet off.
Doesn't take his helmet off. No. In fact, he takes the shirt, his cop shirt off underneath his leather jacket, puts that on top of his head, then the helmet, then puts back the leather jacket on.
Puts the leather jacket back on. So these guys are wearing leather and denim in the middle of the desert. Just once again, not bright.
No. And then so we cut to Twin Peaks. And he sits down, denim on denim, on a log with his money bag, and he's smoking a cigarette. And he's talking to the vulture, because the vulture is following too. So there's three main characters. It's Twin Peaks, the cop, and
Diggs
vulture.
And the cop.
And I love this guy only speaks in one-liners. He's smoking a cigarette because that's how you cool off when you're in denim in the sun in a desert. You smoke a cigarette.
I need to relax.
Yeah, I need to relax
with this cigarette.
I need to cool down.
This denim jacket.
Put some fire in my lungs. And he goes, and he looks at the vulture and he says, you're not eating me today. I'm too tough to digest.
It's like, oh, okay.
Who wrote this?
I'm too tough to digest. Okay.
Calm down there.
And then his ciggy is interrupted by the cop. Just bam, opens. This guy likes to just shoot, like just
Cop just shoots.
So his ciggy's interrupted by the cop just shooting at him. And then the cop finds one of the money bags. Like I left it behind on accident.
Yeah.
And he picks it up and he looks around. He's speaking out to the desert because he knows Diggs is close by. He knows Twin Peaks is
hiding
close by.
somewhere.
And he goes, "What is this? A bribe?" So I'm like, "No, I don't think he's trying to bribe you. I think he just forgot the bag."
Yeah, you started shooting at him and he left.
And then he goes, he's like, "Listen to me, Diggs." He's like yelling into the desert, "I will take you down." And Diggs is just like hiding behind some log hearing this shit like, fuck. And then the cop cuts open one of the cartoon money bags and just starts like when you're shaking out a rug or something to get the dirt out of it. The money's just flowing everywhere.
And I'm like, hey, isn't that evidence?
Yeah, I didn't realize that's you said it. Like that is evidence. Yeah, you feel like, okay, well, or I would take it. I would steal that money.
This cop, he hasn't called for backup. He's chasing him in the desert, just shooting first, just destroying evidence. Worst cop ever.
And then Diggs could see this because he's close enough to see the cop just like letting the money go away in the wind.
Yeah. And then Twin Peaks is, "Oh, I'm gonna take every one of those dead presidents out your hide." What are you, hip hop all of a sudden?
Oh, you go pay for each one of the Benjamins, dog.
Dead presidents. Get out of here.
So then we cut to Diggs. The vulture is still stalking him. He's still wearing denim. He obviously doesn't give a fuck about comfort at all. That is not like and one of any of his concerns being comfortable in the middle of the desert, rocking all that denim. But we need to know that he only has one bag left.
He only has one bag left.
One bag left
because the stupid idiot cop didn't put the rest of the money to the wind as some sort of grand gesture of justice or something. And you're like, can you just stick the money into one of those mini pockets you have on your leather jacket?
Yeah, a lot of pockets on that jacket.
I'm sorry. I know we keep going back to what they're wearing, but Derrick, I swear to God, they can be in the South Pole, in the Antarctic, wearing what they're wearing, and they'd still be sweating balls.
Yeah, they would still be. They just don't, I don't know. They just hate comfort. We can't stress it enough. Obviously, we're like stuck on it, but that's fine. Diggs comes across the fallen sign. Oh, this is one of our favorite parts.
Then definitely my favorite part right here. I love this part.
There's a fallen sign, and he picks it up, and there's an arrow on it that like moves, like someone just nailed it like in the middle of the arrow so you could spin it, and the arrow is pointing down. So he picks up the arrow. And what's on this sign?
The sign
picks up the sign. What's on
the sign? I guess is a jalapeno with a sombrero, and basically it's like a Mexican diner.
And then he just
spins.
Hold on, because he spins the arrow, and he goes, "Oh!" And then wherever it lands, he's like, "All right, I'll go that way."
Yeah,
like, wait a minute.
He's like, "Oh, it's this way," and I'm like, first of all, red flags here. Who puts a fucking sign for a diner in the middle of the desert? There's no roads.
There's no roadway.
There's no people. Who are you marketing to?
There's literally a bunch of bushes and shit around.
Yeah, it's in the middle of the desert.
Like, hey, in case there's some guy wandering the desert, we're gonna want him to come get some, a beer or whatever.
Yeah, and Twin Peaks is all excited. Oh, he gets excited. What does he say?
No, he goes, oh, ha. He's getting all excited like he's going to find this place.
Yeah.
He goes, oh, yeah, maybe a ice cold beer, some senoritas, a taco. He says senoritas, ice cold beer. He plural on the senoritas. So the beer and the taco, he only wants one of each. But he wants double on the senoritas.
He wants double on the senoritas in the middle of the fucking desert. This show, I just like, I can't with this fucking show. I just really can't.
So if you were the cop, would you pocket the money like I keep talking about?
Yeah. Have you seen? Yeah. If I'm chasing this guy and it has nothing to do with integrity or anything like that, banks are insured. No one's missing out on anything. Sure. Yeah. I would if that guy took the money and I wanted to pocket it all. You know what I mean? I'd be like, oh, I just enough just, you know.
But again, he didn't call any backup. There's no other cops there.
There's no other
They don't know how many money bags were there.
And why wouldn't you? That's the whole thing, too. Like, why
that money is free game, as far as I'm concerned. I'm pocketing that
shit. It's definitely free game. Instead, he just, like, puts it to the wind. I don't know. This guy... And then, of course, the cop loses track of him. And so the vulture helps him out. The vulture, remember, goes to the cop.
He even calls the vulture Lassie. He's like, "What's that, Lassie?
What's that, Lassie?"
What's that, Lassie?
It's like, "Hey, idiot! This way!"
Gesturing towards this with its beak, like this way.
Why don't you follow the only other footprints in the desert?
And I couldn't even do the Lassie joke because he actually called the vulture. I know. I was kind of bummed out about that.
Jesus.
So now we're at the sign that the vulture led the cop to, and he just pulls out his service revolver, opens up the, and making, checking his ammunition there, seeing how much bullets he has left.
Yeah, because, he shoots first.
Yeah, because he's probably like 1 or 2 bullets left at this point. I think it's a 6-shooter.
I know.
So he might be empty at this point. He might just have to throw the gun at Diggs when he sees him. Like, take that. And he sees the sign. And he's an idiot because he goes, "Oh, okay, that's where you're going to that restaurant, huh?
The diner, yeah.
That diner." I'm like, "You're a fucking idiot, too. You think this place is open. He thinks it's open, too." So not 1, but 2 idiots, like, see this sign and then go that way.
I just want to go over, like...
He thinks the place is open.
The owner of the diner or whatever is like, "I know what we're going to do to get more business. We're going to put a sign." And people are like, "Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Are you going to get on the roads or... You're going to do a billboard?" And maybe...
No. He's like,
no, stop. We're going to put the sign
in the middle of nowhere.
In the middle of the desert with an arrow.
And so
you could spin.
You could spin.
And hopefully it lands on the direction of our diner.
Supposed to go. And he's so dumb, he goes, "Well, hope you had a good meal." So he's even assuming that he ate already.
Yeah.
He's assuming that he had his senoritas and his taco and his beer.
And his beer.
Yeah.
He's assuming all this. And I'm just like, this guy is a nutbag. They're all nutbags. They're all stupid.
So both stupid. So then we see Diggs, Twin Peaks. He shows up at this little, it's a hut, man, at this point. It's a small little building. And they have the wooden letters on the roof that just says cold beer. That's all it says is cold beer.
And it's completely abandoned. It's completely derelict.
No.
Shocker, right?
And he walks in. He's like, "All right." And even after he sees the state that building is in,
which is bad,
which is already bad, he like walks in there excited, like, "Okay, like where do I place my order?" I hope they have like, what's that thing on your phone where you can just scan it over the
QR code.
Oh, you guys like menus, right? I just take the
QR code.
And he walks in and he goes towards the sink. And he like goes, "Oh," and he tries to turn it on, and no water comes out, and he's fucking shocked. He's actually astonished that there's no water here. And then he starts opening the coolers, and he's shocked.
Yeah. Are you shocked that a place with no doors or windows doesn't have running water? Are you serious right now, Twin Peaks?
And then that's when we get our cool little our fight scene. Shows up.
The lamest fight scene.
It's really bad. They don't start punching each other till the end.
You know what I remind? Because they're mostly just holding on to each other.
Yeah, they're going, "Oh."
They're like, "Oh, you're wearing denim. Oh, you're wearing leather."
They're just holding each other.
They're just holding each other.
Shoving each other around.
Yeah, it's horrible. It reminded me of those old Western fight scenes, where they throw the wide punch, and then you hear the punch, and then they block, and then they counter punch.
Yeah. Everybody's telegraph.
Everybody,
a lot of telegraph.
It's the same choreograph to fight, wide punch, block, counter punch.
So, and as they're fighting, we see the vulture do the camera shot. We see like the vulture like land on a sign on the outside of this establishment.
Who's putting these signs up?
And the vulture's like peering in as they're fighting. So you can see the vulture's on the cop side, trying to help this cop for whatever reason.
Is he though? Like, I mean, I know he's trying to help the cop and everything, but he doesn't like. Well, let's go into it. So, the fight scene happens. They rough and tumble, and then the cop gets the upper hand where he handcuffs Twin Peaks, and he doesn't handcuff Twin Peaks like
to to a pipe or something like that.
Or even to himself. Like, he doesn't handcuff him like his hands like you'd like a normal cop would. Like, I'm going to handcuff
hands
you.
behind your back. Yeah, I got you.
He handcuffs him to himself. Why?
And then eats the key.
Because he eats the key because Twin Peaks gets the upper.
Yeah, that's right. Twin Peaks.
Grab the gun.
Because he jumps up in the raft.
Yeah, I
So imagine this.
He
This is how
does a
shitty
kick.
No. I got it. He jumps up and grabs a rafter and then wraps his legs around the cop's head. That's how shitty this fight scene is.
Oh my.
And that's how he ends up getting the upper hand. Does he end up shooting him?
Yeah, he ends up shooting the cop.
Okay.
Because the cop, he handcuffs him. He's like, I got you. And Diggs or Twin Peaks is like, oh, I got you. And he shoots him in the chest.
Oh, and he shoots him and he goes, fuck
Yeah, fuck you. And then he's like, no, fuck you. And the cop swallows the handcuff key.
and he's, So he shoots him and then he says, fuck you as he shoots him. And then the cop swallows the key and says, no, fuck you.
No, fuck you. And he's like, no.
Which I would just be like, all right, cool. I'm going to have to rip your fucking arm off. No problem.
We're in the middle of the desert with rocks.
Yeah, dude. So.
I can just bash your hand until it's nothing and then remove the handcuff.
Who would have, you know what? I'm really shocked that this establishment wasn't successful.
Yeah,
Because you guys are in the middle of,
oh, shock.
You put cold beer on top of your roof. I figured you guys
sorry.
would be booming at this point.
How did you get the business loan from the bank is what I want to know. They're like, hey, I got an idea for a diner. I'm going to have a sign with a jalapeno, with a sombrero.
Oh, that sounds great.
The bank's like, oh, great. That's a good idea. Where's it going to be? Get this.
Ready?
Not an exit off of a freeway or anything like that, but in the middle of the desert. And the fucking bank's like, great idea.
Yep.
Take all our money. Here you go. Open this thing up. Wait, is there going to be a sign? Are you going to do any marketing? Yes, I'm going to have one sign in the middle of the desert with a jalapeno and a sombrero with a spinning arrow.
You're going to have those wanderers. You're going to have those wanderers.
And the bank's like, you know what? I've seen a lot of business plans, but none as rock solid as what you just told me right now.
We got ourselves a deal.
Shocker that your diner in the middle of the desert failed. So what's your plan? What's your plan here now? You're handcuffed to a dead cop in full gear. What's your plan? What would you do, Derrick?
It's not even anything that requires deep thought. I just basically grab a rock and smash his hand and wrist until it's like flying into nothing.
Yeah,
and then I just slide that fucking handcuff off.
And then you walk.
It's that simple.
And then you walk to Mexico.
I think that's what you. It's real. This is a hard one to suspend your disbelief on. It really
it is.
But the payoff, remember, there's a payoff.
There is a payoff. There is a payoff. However, first thought is you're handcuffed to a dead cop in the middle of the desert. Got to remove the dead cop. That's my first thought. That's the first thing I'm thinking. And this guy's first thought is, I'm going to carry this dead cop to Mexico.
Which is Carrion Death, right?
Yeah.
So, and he doesn't even take his help. Like, okay, if you're that stupid, let's go get.
And he carries them.
Let's play in that world where I'm really dumb.
Take me there.
I'll take me there. Person world. I live in the stupid person world. At least take the fucking helmet off and the 85 pounds of leather that he has on. And those boots, how heavy were those boots?
Those boots were like 15 pounds each. Easy.
The belt? That's a 15
He
pound
kept the belt on?
Yeah. If you're going to be that dumb, at least lighten the loads.
Oh, yeah.
Just stupid.
Man, like, I don't get it.
Yeah. I'm smashing his wrist.
Right.
Or, dude, I'll even, like, put my foot into, like, his armpit and just yank that fucking arm right out of that arm socket.
He's already... Okay,
Just rip his arm off, dude. I'm getting barbaric.
Dead.
I'm getting barbaric.
Right. The cop is already dead. There's nothing else you can do. Remove the cop from the scenario. But he doesn't remove the cop from the scenario.
And as rigor mortis sets in, it becomes
Dead weight.
Dead.
you know what I mean?
With a helmet and 15-pound boots and full gear and a leather jacket. And we look at the bag, his money bag. What's it look like?
It's like a third of the way full now. Like this dude's got like 3 large in there, maybe.
Maybe.
If he's lucky. He's going to have to go to Mexico
to get a fucking job.
Or to make that money stretch.
It's going to be a busboy in Mexico. I did rob a bank. I was rich, but I got. See, what happened was I got handcuffed to a cop.
Half of it's blowing around the Southern California desert.
Jesus, man, this guy, not the smartest criminal, and which makes me believe like, but you escaped prison. You were smart enough to escape jail.
Which I'm sure isn't easy.
And no, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. So how do you not know to remove the cop from What makes you think, no worries, I'm going to carry the cop to Mexico?
And he's just like carrying him. And remember, there's like
throws him over his shoulder. And he's walking and talking, having a conversation with himself.
A sandstorm brews up, right?
Right, it's a sandstorm.
So we get a video. So imagine this, ladies and gentlemen. He's carrying this dead cop with rigor mortis setting in over his shoulders. And he's like, yeah. He's just like talking shit about how heavy he is.
Yeah.
And like
some of his past crimes, and
which he said something about 5 girls,
which would he would still be. Yeah, he said if he would have realized about the 5 girls in Kansas City, I'd still be on trial.
So he's a piece of shit.
He's a piece of shit, carrying a dead cop on his shoulders through the desert. And finally, I will say this. He does take off his denim shirt, his 2 long-sleeve denim shirts.
Oh, yeah, he does.
Because he didn't have one, but 2 long-sleeve denim. He's now finally shirtless walking.
And meanwhile, remember, the vulture's still following him.
Right. I don't know what's more scary is if the vulture's still following him or he's carrying a cop with the leather jacket still on. Have you ever wore leather on bare skin in the heat? It's not comfortable at all.
No, I think I wore leather once when I was a teenager in the 90s because I was listening to like Jagged Edge, was like an R&B group. And I had I wore lugs, remember those lugs boots and like baggy jeans, and I was like, look at me, I'm like,
I had a leather jacket in Seattle when I lived in Seattle. I think I had one leather jacket, and I think I wore it twice.
Yeah, it's because at the end of the day, you're like,
because you leather it, you sweat and you stick to it. Have you ever sat in a car with leather seats? It's like the grossest thing.
We had leather couches.
Growing up, we did have leather.
Yeah, I remember we had to wash them. And then use water and vinegar. And you just sit there and wash these leather. And we lived in the desert. And so, after one day, it just was.
We weren't even allowed to sit on them. Remember, we had to sit somewhere else, which is on the floor.
And you get off those leather couches.
The couches. They're not made to be. You know what?
Leather's an inconvenient material.
It really is. So, Twin Peaks actually carries the dead cop over his shoulder
up a mountain.
Well, he gets to the mountain first, right? Because over the mountain is Mexico, the land of milk and honey, where he will need to get a job as a busboy because he only has 3 fucking G's left. And he gets there and he has a cop and he's like, we just got to do it together. We're just going to go up this mountain. I'm sorry, stop, pause. I'm not carrying a dead cop up a mountain into Mexico. What do you think is going to happen? Okay, let's say you do it. Let's say you carry a cop into Mexico. You got a dead cop. You make it. What do you think is going to happen? They're going to be like, oh, senor, please have a seat at our best table. I'll get you cervezas for you and your friend.
Too, he's at that part of the border where you don't have a car, so you're not driving through. This is where people walk through. Yeah. Waiting in line. He's dragging the cop slowly behind him.
What do you think is going to happen? They're like, oh, you have a dead cop. It's fine. No problem.
Are you bringing anything in from this country?
Yeah. Do you have any fruit? Do you have any fruit? Because if you have fruit,
no,
I'm in. But I got dead cop, not a problem. So you don't know what's. He doesn't really thinking this through too much. He's just not. And I'm not going to carry a fucking cop up a mountain over into Mexico. Are you? I'm not going to hell.
No.
No, fuck.
Well, we already said what we would have done.
Yeah, no. The cop would have been left at the freaking restaurant a long time ago. So he's got the vulture following him, and he actually has a conversation with the vulture, right?
Yeah, he slaps the cop's belly while he's looking up at the vulture, and he's like, hey, why don't you come light my load over here? Which kind of scares me, because I'm like, what? He doesn't want to eat this thing that's already dead, because that's what vultures usually do.
Yeah,
which scares me because no, he really wants to eat digs, and that's kind of scary to me, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, it really is, because why? You know what? Like, you eat dead things to survive. Like, what makes Twin Peaks so special is what I wanted.
He had good hair.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, he did. He had gray hair. He had gray hair through the entire like, I don't know what hair product he was using through that entire desert walk with the sandstorm and everything, but his hair still looked phenomenal. It still looked amazing.
So then we get to the point where they see the promised land, right?
Right.
They stand up together.
Right, because he actually carries the cop up
All the way
mountain,
to the top.
and then he stands him up, and he's like, I couldn't have done it without you. And he's like, there's Mexico. And we don't get to see Mexico, really. I guess we have to take his word for it.
I doubt it is. No, they show something, but it looks like just something in Southern California.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, whatever. And then the cop, because he's dead, falls back.
Yeah, it's dead weight.
It's dead weight.
That falls backwards.
And he falls back.
Going up this mountain, imagine, if you will, like just a series of like mini cliffs, like with maybe like 15 to 20 foot drops each one, right?
Right, exactly, yeah. And they fall off this mini cliff.
The first one, yeah.
And at this point, Twin Peaks is losing it. Like, he's hungry. He's hungry. He's thirsty.
No senoritas, no
senoritas, no tacos, no cold beer. And he finally comes up with the idea, I'm going to finally remove this cop from me.
How does he go about doing it?
Okay, so basically he makes a makeshift axe with the cop's badge. He sees the badge, he's like, oh, and he grabs a stick, and he takes the rock, and he hammers the badge into the stick.
The irony is he should have used that rock to break the goddamn wrist.
He uses the rock the rock to sharpen the badge, like, oh, that's sharp enough.
And he doesn't even, he gives it like a good 3 Mississippi.
Yeah, it's like, he does. He really does.
That's it. It's sharp.
It's sharp. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, this is sharp enough to cut. I guess we have to take your word for it.
Like, he's so dumb, he probably think he could like drop a piece of hair on it and it would split it.
Yeah, exactly.
Look how sharp that is.
And he's seeing like double, and he's got blurred vision, and he doesn't know what he's doing. He's like, okay, I just gotta chop this hand off. And what does he do?
Aiming for the wrist. So he's aiming for the wrist of the cop. He leans the cop up against, a rock or whatever, and his vision's blurry. And they're showing the vulture too, like,
yeah, the vulture's like, yeah, I knew it.
Yes, dude. He's like, fuck yeah.
He's like, I can't believe how stupid must taste delicious to a vulture.
And then so he swings at the cop's wrist, and just the first swing, he fucks up. He hits his own goddamn wrist. And let me pause. Ladies and gentlemen, audience, listeners of our awesome podcast, this is one of the coolest kills I've seen in all of horror. I'm being dead serious. It's worth the wait. If you could wade through this,
if you can suspend your disbelief,
this is worth it. So he hits his own wrist, and it's just. And he just looks at his.
I like how he takes a second to be like, "Did I just hit my own wrist?"
And so remember, it's the wrist that he's handcuffed to the cop to, right? So it's that wrist, and so the cop's body goes down again, one of these little mini cliffs. It goes down. This is the second one now, and his body. I'm sorry, his body goes down the cliff,
right?
And the cop's body stays up there as almost like a counterweight, and he's hanging
by the handcuff
from his cut wrist, which he already cut halfway through.
I guess that was a sharp badge after all.
Oh, and this part, it gets me every time. So just imagine like a handcuffed wrist, and just all the weight of his own body is going to do the rest of the work of that all the way like halfway cut through wrist. Right?
And the hand pops off. It just pops off and he falls.
Oh, and it's a good 20, 30-foot fall.
Maybe, yeah. I like how he carried the cop up these cliffs. I have no idea, but apparently he did. And so he falls 20, 30 feet. And then what does he look like when we finally get to him?
Oh, so then we just get a above shot of him. And his neck, is there even a neck? There's the neck bone, right? There's the neck bone.
I don't know what the hell that is, but something's popping out of his neck.
It's trying to pop through his neck skin.
It looks
really
great.
Bad.
It looks great. I love how they did this because
So he's laying there mangled, like his legs are broken. His obviously his hand is missing. He's bleeding out. He's paralyzed at this point.
He can't move.
He's paralyzed at this point, dude. And then he's just like, no, 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 I help. I can't move. I'm paralyzed.
I'm paralyzed.
And the vulture, like looks down at him. And he's like, no, you dumb bird. Like, leave me alone. I'm not dead yet. I'm not dead yet. And then the camera zooms in on the vulture swooping down on him, lands on his chest.
Right. And so he looks at him, and the vulture then proceeds to pick out his eyeballs.
As he's saying, I'm not dead yet. And that always scares me. He's like, I'm not dead yet. I'm not dead yet.
And then he just, he picks the eyeball right from his skull and swallows it and eats it.
And they show like the whole veiny.
Oh, yeah, it was
like
really good.
Like whatever connects the eye to the brain.
Yeah, I know. And that's one of the things I will give credit for this show is the special effects and the makeup and the props that they used to do this, because it was really good.
Yeah, if you like, I was like, watch this shit, because like this kill is really good.
And the kill was
special
worth
effects.
The kill was worth it.
Are awesome, man.
Yeah.
And no CGI on this.
No CGI.
This is all practical effects.
This is all practical effects, because this was in the 90s, so it was really good.
It pulls like his eye out, and then it's just like an empty, hollow-sounding skull. And as the vulture's like eating him still, it's like slamming his skull against the rock. You just hear like a hollow kind of...
Oh, man.
That shit scares the fuck out of me, dude. And it's really scary. And that's it.
That's it. That's the end of the show.
It's Carrion Death.
That's it.
And then we get
and then we get the Crypt Keeper.
We cut back to the Crypt Keeper, and we're all like, "What the fuck just happened?"
And he puts a eyeball with like the vein stuff attached to it still into like a little line
nerve. Yeah.
He just throws that into a glass. He's like, "Oh, poor." He always says something. I didn't write down on this one, but he always has some kind of pun.
Yeah.
No, we got the one pun. Remember? Because he goes, "Whatever. Cook 'em, Dano."
Cook 'em, Dano.
Should have booked 'em, Dano. Yeah.
And that's it. And then
Annie Elfman leads us out. We're doing an awesome score.
And that is it. So, I gotta ask, Derrick. This is one of your favorite episodes, and it is one of your favorite. And I like campy. I do. I could not get into this episode because I couldn't suspend my belief until the very end, where I realized, like, oh, that is a really great death.
Well, I basically like it for the kill.
Yeah,
every time I watch this one, I just like
the kill is great, because the vulture's following him. The vulture won't eat the cop. The vulture like knows this guy's gonna die. And the guy's so cocky and arrogant. Twin Peaks is just like, I have great hair. I'm wearing denim on denim. I'm going to make it through this episode. I'm going to make it to Mexico. And the vulture's like, no, you're not.
And for the record, there's episodes that I like way more than this. This is not my favorite Tales from the Crypt episode. I just got to be clear with that. This is just one I just randomly picked for the podcast.
And it is a good one to pick for it really is.
There are way better ones, which we are going to cover in the future. But again, recommendations.
Always
watch it if you like practical effects and stuff. It's worth the wait. It's a 25-minute episode.
Yeah, I don't know. To be honest with you, we've watched it a couple times now already. I don't think I would watch it again, but I definitely recommend it for the kill at the end.
Right.
Definitely recommend it for the kill at the end. It's just so hard to suspend my disbelief because it's practical. There's nothing supernatural about it. There's no aliens. There's no like scientific mumbo jumbo. It's just like a guy robs a bank. He's a serial killer. Cops after him, and then there's this vulture, and that's it. And so it's really hard for me to suspend my belief in this because there's nothing to suspend my belief for.
Yep, I got you on that.
Yeah, so, but other than that, the kill is great at the end. You're like, finally, thank God this guy gets it. And you're kind of happy for the vulture.
Yeah, he gets his comeuppance.
Yeah, he gets his comeuppance, yeah. So that's the, do you own any Tales from?
Oh, I own it. I own the whole, I couldn't find it on Blu-ray. I own all of this, the whole series on DVD.
And I just watched it on YouTube.
Yeah, no, because my wife came home one day when I was watching Tales from the Crypt on YouTube, and there was like Japanese subtitles, and it was one that had Michael J. Fox in it of all things.
Oh, really?
So we'll have to look into
that was
I forgot.
cool.
I can't remember off the top of my head. And she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm watching Tales from the Crypt. Dude, bless her heart. Like the next day, she just went to Best Buy and spent like $100 and got it brand new. But I do know that you could buy it used for like $20. So,
right? Yeah,
and it's worth it.
It is definitely worth it.
Yeah,
because Tales from the Crypt is a great show. I mean, this one was
wasn't the greatest one ever. Like they were scratching the surface,
right? But it is worth and I think that's what makes Tales from the Crypt great is the fact that maybe not all of them are perfect or great, but they do have some great actors, some great practical effects. People really got their start off like I said. This guy was starting Twin Peaks.
Yeah, and you get the Crypt Keeper before and after each episode.
Oh my God, which is worth it.
Just him alone is worth it. Yeah,
yeah. So no, I recommend it because I really think I need to get this Tales from the Crypt. I think I need to get the complete set and not watch it on YouTube. I really do.
Well, there you go. Well,
let's get into your quiz.
So after I watched this show, I had a quiz already planned out. And then I saw this show and I scrapped everything and I went straight back to the drawing board. So Derrick, are you ready to play How Dumb Are They?
Yes, I am ready to play that.
Perfect. That's what I want to hear. So basically, I'm going to go over several scenarios with you. These are the dumbest criminals, mostly thieves, that have been all over the world, not just here in the States, but in Australia, China, wherever. And I'm going to give you the scenario.
Okay.
And then you're going to try to fill in the blanks. Are you ready to play How Dumb Are They?
Yes, I am.
Okay, perfect. So, 2 burglars rifling through an apartment were disturbed by police and jumped out of a window with a stash of jewelry.
Okay.
Soon afterwards, the police picked up the 2 men acting suspiciously. While in custody, one man became ill and needed a hospital treatment. Did they A, try to smelt the jewelry, causing them to have smoke inhalation? B, x-rays showed the problem, 2 rings, a pendant, and a necklace, all swallowed in haste? Or C, did they hide all the jewelry up their bums, causing lining tissue damage?
I've heard a lot of stuff about people shoving shit up their bums. So I'm going to go with C.
Okay. I'm sorry, that is wrong. Mind you, it was x-rays show the problem. 2 rings, a pendant, and a necklace, all swallowed in haste.
They swallowed it.
They swallowed.
So not the bum. They went straight. Because, you got that, what they call it, the prison
prison purse.
the prison
purse.
That's what made me lean towards that answer. So that was my way of thinking.
All right. Okay. So here we go. Here's another one. Are you ready? Question number 2. You ready?
Oh, yeah.
A 32-year-old man was jailed for 3 years when he was found, A, stuck with his arm in the toilet trying to flush down the jewelry he stole when he heard the cops coming upstairs, B, stuck with his foot in the toilet trying to escape through a bathroom window, or C, hanging upside down from the window after trying to break in the terrace house, having been caught hanging literally upside down from the window of the house he was attempting to break into.
I'm going to go with C because you gave a lot of emphasis on it.
I did give a lot of emphasis on it. And you're correct. All right. Good job.
Oh, good.
He was left with little choice but to admit his crime and take his punishment on the chin, said police. Okay, so here we go. Another man was caught from robbing a bank because he A, robbed the bank in the Blockbuster uniform, complete with name tag. B, put lemon juice on his face because he thought the cameras wouldn't be able to identify him.
What? Why would you put lemon?
Or C, bought a magical spell from a wizard where he thought he was invisible.
God damn it. I'm going to go...
Remember, these are dumb criminals. How dumb are they, Derrick?
What was B again, really quick?
Put lemon juice on his face because he thought the cameras wouldn't be able to identify him.
I'm going to go with that one. Like, maybe he thought his skin would wrinkle up or something.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what he was thinking. However, you could have chosen B, put lemon juice on his face because he thought the cameras wouldn't be able to identify him and you would have been correct. Or you could have picked C.
Oh, so hold on. Was it both?
It was both, yeah.
So I'm correct.
Two different scenarios, two different robbers, and I had to just merge it into one because I thought it was so.
No, and C was attractive to me, but the reason why I didn't pick it is because, like, I already got a C answer.
Right.
So I'm thinking you're trying to spread it around, and that was my way of thinking with that.
Yeah.
But wow, so both of those were actually.
Both of those were actually
actually
happened in their
Yeah, because I figured he's like, oh, if I squeeze lemon juice in my face, it makes it wrinkle. They won't even recognize.
You can't recognize me because the cameras can't pick up lemon.
Do you think he does that shit where, like, what is it called, where they go to the park and I'm not making fun of you. If you do that, like, I love, like, that's cool. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, where they role play.
LARP?
Yeah.
Live action role playing?
Yeah. Like, so maybe this guy took it a step too far.
When I read it, so the guy that was caught because he thought he was invisible was upset and wanted to press charges against the guy that sold him the spell to make him invisible.
Oh, shit.
Really? Yeah. He was like, no, we need to arrest this guy because he told me I was going to be invisible. And so the police were like,
the cops. He's like, hey,
we're like,
we're on to something here.
yeah, I know.
He goes, hey, you got it. You got me.
Private investigation. You're going to go.
Hand in the cookie jar. You got me. But we gotta start looking at this guy who's selling, like, false
spells.
potions or whatever.
Yeah. You need to look at him.
Oh, boy. All right.
Okay. Cool. So here we go. Next question.
So where am I at, though? Are you keeping
right? No, one right, one wrong so far.
No, I think I got 2 right.
What do you mean 2 right?
I think I got 2 right.
Yes, 1. No, you got 1 right and 2 wrong.
All right.
Remember the bum? You got the bum. You thought it was up their bums. It wasn't. And hanging from the window because I put too much emphasis on it. And then, so 2 right, 1 wrong.
Okay.
Okay, so 2
So I'm doing good.
You're doing good.
Okay,
You're doing
great,
good.
great,
You're doing
great,
great.
great.
All right. Next question. One local thief had high standard but poor follow through. When Wellington Sylvia Olivia robbed a cook, taking his wallet and watch, he was upset to find the watch wasn't quite what he wanted. So he kept the money but returned the watch, claiming it was fake. While his victim hurried to report the mugging to the police, did Olivia A stop to play soccer at a nearby field where he was still playing when police arrived and arrested him? B, followed his victim back to the police station because he changed his mind about the watch where he was promptly arrested? Or C, took the money and ID from the wallet and tried to open a savings account with the stolen money where he was caught and detained?
I'm going to go with B, where he followed him to the police station.
So you think this criminal followed him back to the police station and changed his mind? It's like, no, I want the watch.
Yeah.
Okay, that is wrong. But what he did do is he stopped to play soccer at a nearby field where he was still playing when police arrested him.
And that was my gut instinct. But with these ones, you never know because they're dumb.
They're dumb criminals.
Point of this
That's the point of this. Yeah,
so,
and they're all stupid. Like, it doesn't matter which one you pick. It's all stupid. So the next question is, one thief got more than he bargained for when he reached into the window of a parked car and snatched a bag that had a bag full of dirty diapers and tried a bag full of dirty diapers of a tired father who forgot to throw it away. B, the bag belonged to a professional snake catcher. Inside was a highly venomous snake. Or C, the bag was filled with compost from a farmer on his way to plant a garden.
Oh, man, this is so tough. All of those sound good.
I know, they do, right? Because only one is true. The other 2 I made up.
I'm going to go with B. He reached in and got bit by a snake.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So Brad McDonald actually was a professional snake catcher, and he actually caught this snake like underneath a garage somewhere or something, or a parking structure. And the guy went in to take it, and it was a highly venomous snake. Highly venomous. It wasn't even like a small, like medium tier venom or low venom. It was highly venomous.
I guess he reached into the wrong ride.
All right. So our next one is this thief, after he stole a propane cook stove and a cast iron wood stove from a camp.
Okay.
Pierce Pond Township, the thief posted on Snapchat that he was back in his home in Fairfield after tipsters relayed the info to the police and authorities showed up to the fugitive. B, posted an outdoor cooking tutorial on YouTube with stolen items where he was camping and was later found by investigators. Or C, called the owner of the propane stove and asked how to work it when the owner said, "I'll show you," and gave him directions where he showed up with the police.
Can I tell you why I'm going to go with C?
You tell me why you're going to go with C.
Because it's from this movie I like, Talladega Nights.
Talladega Nights? That was in Talladega Nights?
So no.
Stole a propane stove?
No one did that. But in Talladega Nights, like he ends up like Will Ferrell gets it. Like the lady leaves, his wife leaves him.
Right, I remember that.
And what's the other guy's name? With the curly hair, like John C.
John C.
Yeah.
John C.
And he calls him in the morning, like, "Hey man," like, because he wins his wife essentially because she leaves him because he sucks.
Yeah.
And he's like, "How do you work your surround sound?" Do you remember that shit at all? Do you remember that at all, like from Talladega Nights? And that's why I'm going to go with C, that he called him and said, "Yeah, how do you work this shit?" Because he's stupid, just like John C. Reilly was.
I had no idea. I forgot about that. But no, that's not correct.
Okay.
He actually posted a Snapchat that he was back in home in his Fairfield, and after tipsters related the info to the police, I thought he showed up to the fugitive.
But at least we got to bring up Will Ferrell and John C.
No, and like I said, I make a lot of these answers up. So, and I have
dumb.
I have to make them up, and I have to. And you know what's so easy about this is you just have to be stupid. Like, what would a stupid person do? And that's how I can come up with these answers. Okay, ready? Are you ready for the next question?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
A Scottish shoplifter, Aaron Morrison.
Scottish shoplifter.
Aaron Morrison might be one of the stupidest thieves in history. After stealing a bottle of vodka from a liquor store, did he stay at the liquor store and ask the clerk for some vodka cocktail recipes because he had a date with the girl he was trying to impress, where he was later caught by police?
And he stole the vodka, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Went back to the liquor store because he realized he had stolen the wrong type of vodka and replace the vodka and still the right one. Or C, he stayed there to flirt with the shop clerk.
I'm gonna go with B. He went back.
He went back to the liquor store
and said, "Hey, I got the wrong shot.
I got the wrong shot. I need to steal the right one."
Yeah. I'm gonna go with B.
You're wrong. He stayed there in order to flirt with the shop clerk. He stole the vodka and was like, "Oh, I'm going to flirt with his shop clerk," where he was caught by police later.
Dang it.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine being the shop clerk? Like, you just stole right now.
He's also,
so let me get those digits.
When you get off.
Yeah.
What time do you get off here?
You got to shoot my shot. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
And he's Scottish. They don't like vodka that much, do they?
I don't know.
Okay.
Scottish people just drink, I think. I don't know. All right. So are you ready for the next question?
Yes.
So, sorry. Let me tell you about the Scottish guy. He even gave out his name and number. After that, it wasn't difficult to trace his whereabouts. He gave his name and number to the shop clerk.
He goes, "And if you still can't reach me, my address."
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
He goes,
"Here's my email. I hang out.
So dang it.
I hang out."
He's doing that gesture where people like pat their ass in pockets, like looking for a business card. Like, "Oh, if I have this, dang it. You got a pen?
You got a pen? Yeah.
Write down more information.
Let me put my fingerprints all over the shop real quick." Just stupid asshole.
Oh, shit.
Okay. So one of the most ridiculous robberies ever committed took place in Hickory, North Carolina.
Ooh, I spent time in North Carolina. I was in the middle.
That's why I thought you might like this. An unobservant thief invaded Captain's Gallery restaurant and picked up the cash register, but he didn't notice a little detail. What was the detail he didn't notice? Was it a trail of cash register tape, white cash register tape hanging from the machine. All the police had to do was follow the trail to the apartment, finding him cracking open the register. The restaurant was next door to a police station where he didn't even get past the restaurant with their cash register. Or was it C? The cord was still plugged in, so it yanked him back where he fell, broke his ankles. There he lied until a police ambulance.
I'm going to go with C.
The cord was still plugged in, so he yanked it back where he fell and broke both of his ankles, and he lied until police and ambulance showed up? You're wrong.
Oh, God, I hate being wrong on these things. Well, okay, can I? Oh, and even though it doesn't count, I'm wrong. I already got the wrong point. What? No way! It was the receipt.
It was the receipt on,
and that's my fucking gut with this shit, dude. Dude, you know, everyone I've been wrong on was my gut, and I'm not sure if like, oh, I'm smart. I'm just trying to be honest with you. That was my gut. No, I was like, that's no way. How long is a receipt? Like you just like pay like roll things. Dude, I should just go with my gut on these things. All right,
all of them are stupid though.
Yeah,
all of us.
But that does make sense. Like he'd hurt himself, and they're like,
yeah, he yanked back, right? Yeah, that's what I came up with.
He sticks from Carrion.
Yeah, he was like, I'm gonna take this guy, and he yanks him back.
I'm gonna cut my own wrist off, my hand off, and fall, and you guys can find me.
Yeah. All right, and that is the end of our show. Yeah, I was glad.
So I lost that one. Okay.
You lost. You lost.
I got like 3 or 2.
I think so. I know.
Yeah, we don't even know. You guys know.
I hope you enjoyed it at home. If you have any suggestions, please write to itcamefromthepod@gmail.com, where we will look over everything. We do reply to almost everybody, and give us some suggestions for our next podcast.
And we're not perfect, so if we made a mistake saying anything, feel free to reach out. Even if you want to be a dick about it.
Yeah, you can be a dick. That's fine. Yeah, we're dicks too. That's totally fine.
Talk shit.
Yeah, no problem. We love talking shit. Anyways, that's the end of our show. Thank you very much for listening. Good night. Good night.